Go ahead, Shauna.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I spent the hag portion of that thing being terrified about what was going to happen, but Chris got some really good, what was it, tear-jerking things with Evylyn. But yeah, it was a good episode. There's a lot of good character moments, and there was a lot of lore dropped this time, possibly hints for things that might be going on for next season. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the finale next week. Oh my god.
I think we should just go through this very slowly. Anybody who has questions or comments, please feel free to give them so we can talk about them. There's a ton of stuff to digest. I think I took really good notes though. So, all right. So the first part. So we started off actually with the Waffle Crew, and their hijinks in Port Nine Zaru. And I was kind of wondering if we're gonna have a whole nother episode of the Waffle Crew, but we didn't. But instead, we got Evil Evelyn. What did you guys think of Evil Evelyn?
I feel like that may have been heavily inspired by some art that Chris saw during the week of Nega Evelyn by Dust of Limea on Twitter, which was really amazing. I just love how she's a paladin of Shar, the goddess of death and darkness, and she was really big in 4th edition. So maybe Shauna can tell us a bit about that.
But yeah, she was apparently creator of the Shadowfell, which is interesting, right? Or part of its creation. So I'm like, wondering what that has to do anything with what they did in the Shadowfell. Also ties into what Chris kind of like threw down for Evylyn later on with her father. So I'm wondering if that character is going to be more important than we think it's going to be, just a one-off clone thing like the other 3.
Yeah. So Evil Evelyn showed up, and so the art, if I remember right, I think I saw it. She's mostly like black, and then she has gold pieces. That's the one, right? Which is awesome.
Yeah.
So she showed up and she tried to take charge of the Waffle Crew, or Awful Crew. And did the imp die? I missed that. Umpox?
Yes. Umpox is dead.
Imp died.
Evil Dieth killed him?
Yes.
And now
there was a bit of contention around that since he had to throw a dagger at 80 feet, but and you're not really supposed to be able to throw it that far without disadvantage. But apart from there was lots of backseat DMing and chat happening, but it happened for story reasons, I think, and honestly, not a big deal.
But stuff's gonna. I mean, I think when you run a game, stuff like that's gonna happen like almost every time. Just kind of roll with it. Right? Although actually, chat is useful though. They, but they got to see it before it happens. It's hard. You got to keep an eye on chat and run your game at the same time. So
yeah, it's hard to catch it.
And in the end, it's an extra 20 feet. He's 10 feet tall, and his arm is up like this. You know what I mean? It's a very close, kind of thing. So Umpox had the hag eye. Is that right?
Yes.
I think it functioned like arcane eye or something like that. That was kind of like the function that he fulfilled. Because like when he died, that was the moment later on in the episode. Yeah, so like we were kind of jumping around in time a little bit there with that. Yeah.
All right. So did anything else happen with, let's see, the Awful Crew? I just loved. She's a paladin of Shar. Which is awesome. Yeah. I thought she'd be a paladin of Dendar, right? That's what I thought. But yeah.
Shadow and Darkness.
She was it was pretty awesome. She was evil.
Yeah.
Shar is more of a direct opposite to Lathandra, I think.
Yeah, right. It's like I think she's Mother Night in Curse of Strahd or whatever. So it's like the Morning Lord and Mother Night, I think. And so that's really freaking awesome. And it's weird. It's like, so they're still out there. Now they're in the same city. And so it's like, what is going to happen next week? I mean,
I kept thinking like, oh, they're in the tomb and they'll go someplace else after this, for the finale. But like, Oh no, they're back in the port, so everyone's gonna think it's them this time.
Yeah, the Night Hag Workshop. Yeah, that was absolutely
Oh my
that's
god.
crazy. I think they were at the very bottom of the tomb. I think because they had that door there, right? The
Mm-hmm.
giant door. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So once we jump to the real Waffle Crew, let's see. They were basically they were with the hags, right? And they had to they needed those. It's weird. They came all this way for those items, but now they're having somebody else get the items for them,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's weird, right?
Yeah.
And so they asked the hags, right, to get, let's see, it was X the Mystics book. And these are
Mm-hmm.
things Shemeshka wanted, right? And the spectacles
Mm-hmm.
and the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. What was the scroll for? Do you guys remember?
To resurrect Evylyn.
Awesome. So now they have them, all three.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Well, they did. They did for a second, for like 1 second. So, the hags. We got to see Chris run the Sewn Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Those are, for people who don't know, in the Tomb of Annihilation, the Sewn Sisters are in that adventure. And I mean, they've been messing with the group for a long time, but now we got to really see them talk and express themselves and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool.
Mm.
But the trades. So the first trade, right? It was hair.
Yeah.
For the stuff. So that means there could be another batch of clones, more powerful clones, right? And then
or just ones.
Yeah. And then the second trade, the box for the womb, where it's so much. Go ahead, Annalise.
We found out some more information about Dieth, the last Lord Cartha, in that one, as we suspected, Shemeshka does have more to do with it than meets the eye. She was there at the concordance and probably had to do with that happening in the first place. And she owns a box which contains part of Dieth's soul.
Yeah.
Or not just Dieth's soul, but the soul of the last Lord Cartha, which is, I would say, has been reincarnated and is a soul which has been passed down through generations.
Mm-hmm. And they know where it is too. They know it's in Shemeshka's home in Sigil, so they have a reason to go there and find it.
Is her home? I know she owns a casino there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know if she has a home, any kind of home that's been
established
aside from that?
I think she has a home in the ladies' ward.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, awesome. So there was this whole thing about the hags wanted Strix to carry a baby for them. In exchange, they would get the soul. There's so many things about that. First, pregnancy in D&D. I don't know. I was just like, I always isn't. But all right, whatever. And I think with hags, some of them at least, I think they eat the baby and then they give birth to the baby, who immediately grows to look just like the person that gave birth, I think. So if they're thinking she's a hag, because Strix is not a hag, right? Then maybe the whole thing wouldn't have worked anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think about the box in the womb?
Well, I still think that, it's something that is in D&D lore, that hags take babies and they turn them into hags.
Oh, yeah. They steal babies, right?
Yeah, so they do take babies and turn them into hags. And that's something about...
Oh, so they would have just taken her, I see.
Eating them, or then it's something weird hag stuff. But
very weird.
They need a baby to create another hag.
And Shauna, what do you think? Hag for the box. What do you think?
Oh, it's just I was dreading because I was in the same point. Strix would do it in a second. I was 100% on DS side. Please don't do it. But yeah, I would be curious. They would have had leverage over Shemeshka at that point if they had taken it. But yeah, the whole thing is just super creepy, and I was spent the entire first half an hour oh my god, this is really creepy.
All right, ID buddy, all the I'm not even reading that. That's not cool. Scotty Hood, I found it interesting that the night hags even offered getting the happy box for them, wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
Shemeshka go after them? That's yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I guess they were thinking they could go ethereal and just
Mm-hmm.
walk into her house and take it. I guess.
Yes.
Are they nuts? Because then they got Shemeshka mad at them, though, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they had
Well,
something to offer her or something.
or maybe they have other alliances that could keep them safe from it, from Shemeshka, maybe.
Oh, wait, that's right. It's the Tomb of Annihilation. They're associated with the big bad guy at the end of this. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. You're right. So yeah, the Shemeshka, Shemeshka's powerful and influential, but yeah, that's right. They have very, very powerful allies. So you're right. They probably could have just. Huh. All right. Mega Hammy. Per monster manual, the hag mother would have to consume a baby, and then the child that is born appears normal till she reaches old age and matures into a hag. Oh, all right. Pretty gross. And anybody, night hags can only go plane shift 2 times a day, so only be able to go in and out at once. Well, they can plane shift, but they can also turn ethereal, which
Mm-hmm.
lets them just zoop, walk through walls and all that stuff, and they're on another plane, and you'd have to have true sight, I think, just to see them. Although I think there's certain things like Mordenkainen's faithful hound can see stuff like that. But I don't know, like here's the thing I don't get: the ancient soul. What do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how do you have just a piece of someone's soul, and what do you do with it? I don't get it. Do you guys know?
I assume you can have a real, like a functional soul, but still split it up, like kind of like the way phylacteries can kind of work. But I guess it's leverage for her, and it's also something of quite extreme value. So I can see her holding on to that as like some sort of payment or prize from being an impartial third party to that agreement.
Annalise, what do you think? A piece of a soul.
I'm honestly not sure. I mean, we have seen that pieces of souls being trapped in objects before, like with Evylyn and the rings having part of her soul imparted onto them. And it does seem like a very D&D thing, almost cutting off a slice of a soul. We can even look at that in similar terms to the Eberron setting, which was almost like a slice of the planes, which has been lost in the astral sea and has become its own world, mirroring other worlds. So I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out if not next episode, then next season, how it came to happen, because obviously we have a lot of questions to ask, and I think that Shemeshka is going to turn up in the next episode. But
Kaylee
it's
Joe
interesting.
says, have you guys seen Holly's tweet? And implies that she still means to make the hag deal. She was totally down for this deal.
Yeah, Strix would be 100%. It would save Dieth in the party, so of course she would be game for that sort of sacrifice.
She just wants to get his soul back.
Mm-hmm. Or keep Shemeshka off their trail.
I mean, if you have a piece of somebody's soul, does that mean when you die, you don't really die?
Right?
Part of your soul go on, or does this part, like a phylactery, your soul goes zoom and it goes into the thing?
I mean, that could explain why the soul keeps transferring to different Lorcatha.
Yeah. And I mean, Dieth did die once. He was hanged a long time ago, and there was a weird stuff that, I mean, this is probably before Chris put all this stuff together, but there was a weird thing that was never answered, I think, where there was like the clouds were roiling, there was a skull, and it was like slow motion. It was a really weird thing. Although I could have just missed something. Power battery, using the soul as a source of power, I bet, definitely, right? Or at the very least, it's an awesome spell component, right? A soul. All right, let's see. So, yeah, she was up for the deal. Dieth wasn't up for the deal. And they argued, and that was a good portion of it. And then we got to see Evylyn in the afterlife. And she went looking for her dad, right?
Yeah.
And her dad was an adventurer. I thought that was
Mhm.
really cool.
Mhm.
And it's like, and so I had this all written down. Oh wait, hold on a second. I wanted to talk about something. The
Mhm.
books of keeping. They talked about getting the books
Yes.
of keeping that have
Yes.
the true names. Every true name to every
Mhm.
Yugoloth is in the books of keeping. And
Mhm.
so they kind of went, well, if we find Shemeshka's true name
Mhm.
from one of the books of keeping, then we got what we need. I was like, oh, that is
Yeah.
going to be awesome. I thought that was really cool. Like, and they were trying to get Mr. Fox's true name as well, but I don't
Mhm.
think they didn't get that, did they?
No. I think they just kind of just bypassed him. But I do like how that, like, if they want to deal with Shemeshka, he's kind of like left a bunch of options for them if they want to go that route.
Mm.
So get the book or get the box.
Witchy car. So do the hags want her to have a hag child or a normal child? Then the hags themselves would use them. I don't know. That wasn't really specified. I'm not sure exactly. I guess they could make a new hag. Oh, that's right. They said they want to make a new hag because they're all scheming against each other. So they want to get their
Mhm.
third sister in place,
Mhm.
which I guess would be some kind of Strix hag or something like that.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, the evil little girl.
Mhm.
So she was kept in the cage, and they did rescue her. They should have rescued her, right? You guys
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. I mean, they don't
I
know.
mean, she is evil.
Well, okay. Well, even if let's say they knew she was evil, would you say
Mhm.
they should rescue her, or do you think they should have left her?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they should. I mean, they should. It's tough. What happened, but it's still a kid. It's still a kid.
So yeah, you would say rescue. What about you, Annalise?
Uh, Honestly, a hard choice. I think that they shouldn't have rescued her, honestly.
No.
Well, I can say that in hindsight, but also they did know that she was evil to have
Yeah.
appeared there,
hmm
and she wasn't exactly giving them fond looks.
And it really didn't work out for them in the end.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no, it didn't.
I think you got to rescue
Yeah,
her.
you
She's a
gotta.
person. He's a little kid.
Yeah.
Maybe your alignment can change. Someone had mentioned that in the chat as the show was going along. Let's see here. Yeah, damn it. I'm wondering if. Oh, does DF still have the kill a child needle in his pouch somewhere? The hag
Oh.
pin. Does he?
Yes, but it is
Ooh.
devoid of all power.
Well, okay.
It had power once from the ritual which Van Richten had acquired it for,
Mm.
but after having used it, it has no more power. He tried using it on Rahadin, and
Oh.
it did 1 point of damage.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic memory. Yeah, it was 1 point of damage. That's right. Rahan was a really cool NPC. He had the swirling souls and all that, Remember the
So-
Casimir stuff? He pretended to be Casimir. Remember, he did
Mhm.
that for a very long time. You remember that? And
Yeah.
I think about on three different shows, Chris would slip up and call him Rahadin, but they never. It was so. But you know what? If I was a player, I wouldn't have picked up on that either. But it's funny when you're watching the game. It's like, oh, is he gonna? Oh, I guess not.
Yep.
Mhm.
Depends on the initiative order. Paulton would kill the kid. Paulton would kill the kid. You guys think Paulton would kill the kid?
I don't think Pawn would be that proactive. He would just abandon the child, I think, if it was to like get rid of them, but I don't think so.
What about you, Annalise?
I mean, he's shown his hand as being pretty, well, chaotic neutral,
Mhm.
a bit unpredictable before, so
Yeah.
I think he'd at least hurt the kid.
Yeah. Paulton's weird, man. I mean, because he actually said some things when they were down there. They're kind of like, he really did not care about that kid at all. It's a little bit like, well, he is chaotic. I keep forgetting. He is chaotic neutral. So
Mhm.
he's just, you never know what you're going to get, I guess, with him.
Yeah.
Scotty Hood. Chris presented the Sewn Sisters having actual sewing stuff. Do you think they use special sewing material? Oh, yeah, to make the soul bags. Yes, right? Yeah, it's flesh, I think. It's actually flesh.
Yeah.
I think it's actually described in the book. I actually have the page. Yeah, and they had the needles, they had the thread. I wonder where, you know what? In the book, they never explain exactly why they're called the Sewn Sisters. I don't think. So yeah, I don't know. They seem to have a whole sewing gimmick though. I wonder if they've made any special items or something. Do you think?
The soul bags.
All right, soul bag. When an evil humanoid dies as a result of a night hag's nightmare haunting, the hag catches the soul in this black sack made of stitched flesh. These bags can only hold one soul at a time, and only the night hag who crafted the bag can catch a soul with it. So crafting it takes 7 days and a humanoid sacrifice, which maybe that would have been the little girl. You know?
Yeah.
It couldn't be John Cena because John Cena was already dead.
Yeah.
I wish they had kept.
That's right.
I wish they had kept the jorts. That would have been cool.
Oh, someone just keeps the jorts.
One of the characters could have worn John Cena's jorts, and they could have enchanted him. It would have been freaking awesome. Yeah. So Holly's still interested in making the deal.
I saw the tweet.
It's a crazy thing. All right. So we jump to okay. I need help with this. They went to heaven, and she went to this church, right? And what was I missed some of this. There's all the celestial babies. I didn't understand that. What was that?
It was to explain like what happens to like babies if they die. It was just kind of like a way of hand waving, like they kind of like are kind of like transformed into adults so they can kind of enjoy the afterlife as as what they would have been, sort of thing. It was sweet. It was sweet thing on Chris's part.
And then there's a planetar. I thought it was a solar, but it was a planetar was there. And her dad was one of the babies that grew thing. And she asked it. Okay, so the dad. Well, I think I wrote the name down here. Oh, I've got it in my. The dad explained how he died. And he was in Undermountain. For people who might not know, Undermountain is in the Forgotten Realms in the city of Waterdeep. There's this bar called the Yawning Portal. And there's a well in the middle. And if you climb down, there's a mega dungeon down there. It's made by this guy, Hallister Blackcloak. And it's a legendary thing. It's got like many, many levels. So apparently he went down there in the name of Lathander. And he got killed by a vampire, right?
Did they say that she was a vampire or that she had vampires that were kind of her underlings? I couldn't remember.
Caresta Delving Stone.
Yes.
So I Googled it immediately, and I didn't really find anything at all about Caresta Delving Stone. Oh, wait, why can't...
Okay, she was a vampire. Okay,
she was a vampire? All right, hold on a sec. Witchy's saying, why can't one of the men have the baby? It's D&D. They have space hams. That's what I thought they were doing originally.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah.
Right? I thought Paulton was getting pregnant or something, which was really weird. She was a vampire. There were multiple vampires. All right.
The interesting thing about her is that it kind of wraps around to the whole like Shar thing that Anna brought up for Evil Evelyn. Like, I'm wondering if that has any connection with that at all.
I don't know. Yeah, could be. Yeah, maybe it's all going to tie together. Yeah, who made the Evil Evelyn? What is that? Right? I have no.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea because it's not the Sewn Sisters.
No, she's completely outside.
Yeah,
she's probably made outside by agents of Shar or something, right?
Yeah, or something.
I don't know. All right, Lore Maiden. We could have had Papa Paulton. Yes, Papa Paulton. We could have had it. I mean, because he lost Simon. So, oh yeah, Simon's gone. So they're going to use that resurrection to bring back Evylyn. And Simon's still going to be gone. So Simon's probably just gone for good, you think?
Maybe. I wouldn't necessarily write out for anything, but for the time being, probably.
I think Simon will come back in some form. Evelyn is going to make sure that she doesn't want to see him gone, and she'll definitely convey the information when she is returned to life. So, we'll see.
Simon did die once before. I've been going through old summaries. You guys remember Iron Slag, the Earth Elemental, actually squashed Simon, and Jared couldn't stop laughing. Dieth couldn't stop laughing, and that created a lot of friction between them. But they did bring him back, so it's weird. It's like, okay, and you know what's weird? I never really liked him until he had the new mouth and he started telling all those horrible jokes, and then I kind of really liked him. You know what I mean? Casey, the waffles in the back. Oh, you're welcome. Scotty, do you think Simon is going full Chucky in? Oh, okay. Where did? Okay, so if Simon died, where would he go? I would say, to me, it was like probably. I think he's still evil. It's probably the abyss. What do you guys think?
I don't know. This version of Simon hasn't necessarily done anything super evil like the one that they brought back the first time. So I mean, that thing did spend a lot of time with Strix behaving himself, and Evylyn and Paul maybe did rub off more on him than the other one. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know or if he's in the upper planes or lower planes.
Maybe he's just floating in the astral.
Could be. Like, do you think his alignment changed over time? Do you
think? I think so. I think this one seemed different. Like he acted different.
I think so. I'm trying to think of recent actions that he's done, and honestly, I can't actually think of anything evil that he's done in a while.
He hasn't done. The only thing he's done is like protect Paulton or follow his instructions. He hasn't darted anyone in a while, other than non-lethally darted. He's darted people. Just
that's what. Yeah, maybe his alignment did change. I didn't think of that in the beginning. I just went through all those old summaries. So, I mean, in the beginning, it was like when they went to the Vistani camp and they had just rolled him out of the carpet. He killed a little kid just like that.
Oh, yeah.
This kid. And then later, they got in that fight with the Giants, and Strix was kind of, I mean, Paulton had one Giant under control, and Strix just wanted to fireball the Giant. And without any thought at all, Simon immediately just darted her, but didn't kill her. He used the sleep one. So I don't know. Maybe his alignment was turning. I don't know. Let's see, Casey. Mega Hammy. Okay, the soul going to Mechanists. Mechanists, I think, from what I remember, that's lawful neutral. The Modrons are it's just order and it's just the balance. So I mean, while he is a construct, the thing inside of him was not order at all, right? It was to me it was evil, maybe neutral evil. So he could have gone to Gehenna or Hades.
Oh, that'd be in.
Yeah, and I think in older editions you appear as a soul larva on the fields, and hags actually collect you, which would be just like a really weird possibility.
Gehenna would be interesting because that's where the Book of Names is, right? Or the book.
Yeah, that's where the crawling city is, which is the city of the Yugoloth.
Awesome. It does. Oh, you know what I noticed? Okay, in Curse of Strahd, there's a Yugoloth in the temple, in the Amber Temple.
Yes.
His name is Nephilim. The group kind of sort of ran into him, but didn't run into him. And it's like there's like a Yugoloth in almost every, We're running straight through Yugoloths now. It's pretty weird. I'm still sort of wondering if Mr. Fox is actually Akin the Friendly Fiend, because the hags were talking about as if Fox. I mean, I guess all Arcanoloths hate each other, but they were kind of talking like Mr. Fox and Shemeshka have an active rivalry, and that is Akin, right? Maybe. All right. What is you talking about time travel? I want to go back through that and see if I can figure that out, because it's like a total.
What about the time travel?
The whole thing is like, what did it affect? That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
Do you guys do?
I have an easier time with that because my home campaign, had hella time travel, so I'm used to it. But yeah, it's hazy on what was affected, because Ezek still remembers everything, but the initial things with the new Barovia is different. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
What do you think, Annalise? I don't get it.
With the time travel, it's Strahd is still out there. We know that much.
Yep.
And Godfrey. So Godfrey is looking for him. sort of wondering if that airship's going to show up in the final episode. Because that's still out there.
Could there be like the end of this thing having Strahd versus Strahd? There's two of them, right?
Oh, is there two Strahds out there? Is that right?
There's a Strahd in Barovia and a Strahd in the puppets in the prime material. Isaac came from the Barovia of the original timeline. I'm not sure if there's a second Barovia, or if I have no idea where that kind of sits in the equation, or if there's just like a possibility of several Barovias always there at one time, and that there always has to be a Barovia for some kind of universal balance.
Wait, you said Godfrey is following? How do you remember all of I love that.
Yeah.
I never remember that kind of little detail.
He is still out there trying to figure out how to pilot the off-brand airship. And
awesome.
Well, there's two airships out there now.
God, there's two airships. There's an extra Jim Dark Magic clone. There's a lot of weird things happening out there. Scotty Hood asks, if ever given the chance, do you think Strahd would align with Shemeshka?
What do you think?
I think they would. They wouldn't, because I think they're all very self-centered as far as like aligning with them would probably be bad. Honestly,
I think. Let's see, Strahd and Shemeshka. They might like a temporary alliance, I guess, of convenience. How weird would it be if he tried to turn her into a vampire? Is that possible?
I'm not
sure.
Oh no.
I think that Shemeshka would outsmart him.
You think so?
I
was
think that she would just use him.
I was going over the final battle with Strahd again the other day, and Evylyn pretty much. Well, it was a weird fight. They were running out of time, but Evylyn used the holy symbol of Ravenkind to stun him, and that was it. And it's like, if he has those if he had, all right, first of all, he's not that high level. Second, if he has those weaknesses, yeah, you're right. Shemeshka would definitely could take him down easily. I think you're definitely right. If she went to Barovia, maybe it would be different. But yeah, no, she's Miranda. Okay, wait. People are wondering where the puppet went.
Miranda has the puppet.
Has puppet.
Okay. Miranda took the puppet, or at least we are meant to assume this, as it disappeared in her use of the time stop. The time stop, that's right. So it's in the Shadowfell, unless Miranda went into the shadow crossing the group used. But then where did she go? Wow.
She went with the
face takers.
Shadowkai, yeah. Last time we saw her with the puppet and everything.
Weren't they going? They had the Ring of Winter too, didn't they? That's crazy. So they're probably bringing that to the Raven Queen. So maybe the Raven Queen has the Strahd doll too. Right?
The Raven Queen has a lot. There's a lot of stuff in the Shadowfell now.
Oh, ID Buddy. I think you're talking about that guy Godfrey. He seemingly died after the airship got roasted, and he flew off as a seagull. What?
Yeah, Strix polymorphed him, and he flew away. And that's the last time we saw him, I think.
It is?
Yeah.
So the last time they saw Godfrey, he was a seagull? That's funny.
Yeah.
Which
they portaled out.
Alright. Scotty Hood. In 3rd edition, Strahd could turn her into a vampire. Oh, all right. Did the Dusk Elves have the puppet? Did they have the puppet? Yeah, those guys were Dusk Elves, and they were with Miranda. I'm not clear. Those were Shatter Kai, right? But were they? Were they saying Dusk Elves and Shatter Kai are pretty much the same thing?
I think so.
I believe so.
Okay. Anybody? He's a revenant. He's able to resurrect into a new body. It's gonna be so weird if they run into him
just find him again
way down the line. Who is the big bad guy of this campaign, if there is one? Is it Shemeshka or is it Strahd?
It's Shemeshka.
Yeah.
It's Shemeshka.
I think so. So the final, if they go all the way to level 20, maybe they'll have a final fight with Shemeshka or something. You think?
Well, Shemeshka, and then there's always the possibility of Strahd as well. Strahd is always kind of at the back of their minds as a threat.
How can you? Is there a way to get Strahd out of that puppet? Do you guys know?
Just
I think
attack the puppet.
Yeah, just break it open. Yeah,
that's all it takes.
Not that hard. Yeah, it's not secure.
Oh no!
At all.
I didn't know that. That's all it takes. Just hurt the puppet and he comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, those people might just be traveling and they might just get hit with something, and he's free and he's ready to go. Holy cow! So yeah, we'll definitely see.
We're definitely gonna see Strahd again at some point. We have to.
He's a revenant. Yeah, Chris Perkins. Yeah. All right. So Evylyn was in heaven, and we learned about a bit about her parents, and then her dad was in Undermountain, and I kind of was like, it's like, why did he? Well, maybe it doesn't even matter, but I'm always looking for clues to the upcoming products, and I was kind of weirded out with the mention of Undermountain, because that was in Tales from the Yawning Portal, sort of.
Yeah.
And it was like, why are we? Maybe he just used it just for fun.
I think so.
Yeah, or we could do another quick stop into Faerun at another point. So there's always that.
All right. So Shemeshka has a piece of his soul. Where's Simon's soul? They've got Shem's stuff. So I thought, towards the end of the episode, it's like, okay, they got Shemeshka's stuff. So I thought the end of the episode was going to be, all right, we're going to summon Shemeshka, like, right there, end of episode. I thought that was like, oh, okay, that'll be awesome. But instead, now the little girl stole it. Now they got to go get it. So, but here's the thing. Shemeshka wanted those 3 things.
Yes.
Once she gets them, I mean, isn't that it? I don't. She's got what she wanted.
No, well, she only mentioned the things she wanted when they were trying to get off the airship.
She's not going to let them go at all after this.
All of this for that?
As the hags said, they've sunk their teeth in. She's sunk her teeth in. She's not going to let go. She's there to protect her 1%, which is
1%.
All of this stuff happened just because they wanted her help to get off the airship. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like 20 episodes.
Well, it was Clouth, so.
Yeah, well,
it was a giant red dragon.
I wonder if they'll ever fight Clouth.
Maybe Clouth is dead. Maybe Clouth is dead now.
He's got wands on his wings, and he can use like 3 or 4 of them.
Just like Jim.
I don't
Dark
think
Magic Dragons. Dead. I hope that would be really funny.
The real question is what Shemeshka will want next. Chris said himself that they just crave powerful magic and magic items.
I think sometime soon we're going to see Strix summoned away again for another Acquisitions Inc.
Yeah.
Well, that's my feeling anyway.
Yeah.
Because she's been so popular, it wouldn't surprise me if they had her on another Acquisitions Inc. Live show. I believe the next one would be PAX West. So
PAX West.
We'll see what happens there. And sorting out the problem of the second Jim Dark Magic, because Omen created a clone of Jim.
He did?
Yep.
Yes. So, because Jim was dying.
All right, he made a clone of Jim. So where are the 2 clones? Like
the Jim
clone is on the airship.
Yeah, with Bag of Nails. He's on that airship.
With Bag of Nails?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, they do have an awesome rivalry. I really like that. Did either of you see the PAX show that they just had? Strix was on that. How was it?
Haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet, but it was a one-off, I believe, Shauna?
Yeah, there wasn't really anything. It was more of like a silly one-off than anything. Than the more serious one where Chris is on there. It was just more like excuse for them to play a Battle Royale game with the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
How did they do?
In the style of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
They won.
Run by Mike, I believe.
They did well. They just collected garbage, which Strix loved.
They collected garbage?
Yes.
Why? What do you mean?
You find items. You go and you go onto the islands with just like your underclothes, and you have to find stuff and kind of like scrounge.
Is it like loot boxes or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. There were in-table microtransactions.
Well, we spend
Amazing.
their gold and they
Patrick Rothers paid $5 to get stuff.
a real life $5. That's awesome.
It was good. It was fun. It was funny, but
That is a really awesome idea. All right, so the end of the episode. So the dad went on adventures. So she's still not back with the group, right?
no,
Is she? No.
that's for the finale,
So
possibly.
the rest of them went to Port Nyanzaru.
Mhm.
Is next week the last episode of the season?
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
I believe we might have a 1-week break.
There's a 1 week. Chris published the schedule, so there is like a 1 week break in between. Only 1 week in between this season and the next one. So that's pretty fast.
ID buddy, who do you think is going to have the weird conversation of biology with Strix? Since she didn't know.
Oh no.
The whole baby
Oh no.
thing. I don't know.
It was like I'm just like no.
What? Yeah.
Don't do this to chicks.
Yeah. That whole thing's really weird.
Well, it's interesting because hag biology is very weird, and I'm not sure how it would work entirely because they think she's a hag, but she's not a hag. And the whole thing is that. So now I've done a bit of reading now.
Mm-hmm.
A hag, because the race is entirely female, gets one of the mortal races to impregnate her, usually killing the mate. Then the hag the hag baby is swapped with a human child or something similar, and they visit this child while they're growing up 13 times in dreams, which is part of the ritual to turn her into a night hag.
That's awesome.
It's terrifying.
Big thing, man.
I think that they can. I think that part of the ritual can turn any child into a night hag. Lots of things are sort of unclear.
Wow.
I believe that they have lots of stuff in Volos about it though. So
Oh, really?
go and check that out.
Oh, I should look. All right. So, who's going to be the dad in their plan? I'm assuming Carrie and Worm. It's just going to be a magic thing, right? They're going to do a ritual, and Strix will be, or whatever. You know what I mean? God. So overall, I thought this episode was awesome. What you guys think overall?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I like the amount of character stuff. There was a lot of different feelings in this one, and there was a lot of possibly set up for next season, and a lot of lore that was just laid out for us. So it was great.
Like lots of stuff happened, and they've potentially made allies. It's unclear. So the Sewn Sisters, they weren't as bad as it didn't turn out quite as bad as I thought it would. I thought it would end up with initiative and all of that and a big fight, but I think that they have potential allies to go back to now. I think that Strix is still thinking about that deal because she wants to save DF, and in the end, like whilst DF isn't going to want her to be so self-sacrificing. She still has bodily autonomy. She still has her own wishes, and she's still her own person.
Yeah.
So if that deal goes ahead, it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the rest of the group and how that might affect Strix, if it might cause any alignment shifts from something evil growing in her body. And how it might affect people like Evylyn when she comes back.
That would be interesting, complicated.
Yeah, right? Weird, man. Lightning fast. Breaking up the coven by causing infighting was kind of genius. Yeah, that was.
Yes, it was. It was a good move on Jared's part to bring that up. It was something I didn't even think of.
All right, there's 3 heroes. They were 10th level. They could have killed the hags, definitely. I don't know if they. Well, I mean, the hags are together. They have all those extra spells, so maybe not. But when 2 of them were away, or, you know what I mean? When it was just one, they could have killed her if they wanted to, and then snatch the stuff. I guess that's a little risky, But in the end, like I think they could have just killed those hags.
I mean,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, having two characters that can just like counterspell is pretty powerful.
Honestly, I think I'm always a sucker for less traditional ways of resolving situations, because combat doesn't need to be what resolves every situation.
Yeah. It's more interesting without combat. And then you get the more consequences that way, I think.
Yeah, well, and it also eats up a lot of time. It can get boring, you know.
Yeah.
So I agree, but I just think in that case it was like, I don't know. I don't think you should. Those hags are nasty and evil. I feel like you should, you know.
But also very powerful and able to deliver them what they want. And then there's still themes you don't want to cross them.
Yeah.
The group is doing a lot of dealing with shady people.
Yeah.
It makes me a little uncomfortable.
I think that will definitely come back to bite them at some point.
So you had mentioned, yeah, you're right. So Shemeshka how many? Do you know how many keys he has left for Gutter?
Does he have 4?
4?
Including the one that Strix has, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember.
And including the one in the Hell Ruin Force Bomb, I believe, as well.
I don't remember.
That bomb is really powerful.
The bomb. Yeah.
It would taken out part of the city.
That
that is scary.
That was a great idea.
I wonder if.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, who had the Force Bomb on them? Was it Dieth still?
Dieth still has it. I think Dieth was the one that had it.
Maybe they should check if the girl has pickpocketed that.
Oh no. Oh no! Did they ask?
No.
Did they ask where the? Oh no!
No.
They only asked about the spectacles.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
feeling that.
It's a great idea.
That's not good. Because it has a key in it.
No! Does it really?
Yeah. It had the key.
Oh my god. They should definitely.
It's like a hand grenade now. You pull the pin and throw it.
Or against silent.
Oh, anybody saying
Dieth
saw her steal the spectacles? Yeah, is that right? I don't remember that part. If he saw them or not.
Oh, Chris asked for a perception check.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
Okay, good. I would hate for that.
Well, I mean, that's an awesome idea, though. Yeah, that someone stole the bomb.
It might still happen.
It should. Probably should, because that's really awesome. All right, so I think we covered the whole show.
Yeah,
I have been going through old episodes, and I've noticed something. All right, first of all, nothing good ever happens to Dieth. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's bad for him forever.
Right.
All the time.
And like it's because I got to the part where they in Storm King, where they go to the Yak Folk place, and they drive out the Yak Folk and they free the slaves. You know, and that one elf princess is like super nice to him and tells him that she should go, you know, he should go to their place. And I'm thinking to myself, like, she's being so nice to him. He should go there, you know? And I was like such a weird feeling, like he could go there and they'd all be like, it's you, it's Dia, and they'd all hug him and stuff, you know? And then that's when I realized how horrible his life is.
Just from like the 3rd or 4th episode on, it's just bad. Like ever since the hanging. It's been bad.
One of your first, it was the 7th session, I think. It's your 7th session. You are hanging from a noose. That's not a good way to start your career.
I think maybe we might need to try and get Jared on to discuss Dieth and his lack of fortune sometime next season.
He has a luck stone. That's messed up. He has a luck stone.
The luck stone.
That's not helping him at all. It's his bad luck's too powerful.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just reading about that, and it's in the shape, I believe, I might have this wrong, in the shape of a cat, and it's a gem. And one of the slaves kept it, and they would have to keister it to keep it from there. You know, Strix licked it.
Yeah.
People are crazy.
That's fine. I mean, it's tricks.
People are out of your minds. Oh, another thing I noticed about Diaz. In Castle Ravenloft, down below in the crypts, right when they were going to kill Strahd, they went to the crypt of Saint Markovia, and Saint Markovia appeared and enchanted Lightfall. And at that time, Diaz had made the Dark Pact with that Psyche and the Soul Hunger or something. I don't remember which one it was. And they had the ashes of Saint Markovia, and they mixed it with some wine, and he drank it, and it actually did cure him.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And so what I was thinking was, he drank the ashes of a saint, a holy creature. And if he's part angel, I was kind of wondering if maybe in some way, in some maybe small way, she's like linked to him. You know what I mean? In some way. Do you think that's possible, or is that ridiculous?
We probably would. It's yeah. Like, I don't know how that stuff works, but I figured that would have probably given him good luck at some point, maybe. And it's just been bad. It's still been bad.
But remember that Widow Groat did say that one of the reasons for his bad luck is because he's missing part of his soul.
Oh, maybe. Oh, they need to get that thing back soon. It's just getting.
That works out.
Luck
so
is getting
well.
worse. Yeah.
That works out so well. Maybe that's why he always. It's funny because it's real life, but that's why he always rolls bad when he throws his dagger.
I mean,
that's why
he
goes to save dwarf slaves in Iron Slag, and they all burn to death. Like, oh man, that's such a cool. That ties in so well, and it's because he's missing that little piece. No, in the end, I kind of wonder if that little piece has been standing next to him all along. You know what I mean? He doesn't need that, and he just maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
ID buddy.
Now
it's expensive.
I think we should talk about what our predictions are for the season finale.
Oh my god. I'm wondering if the clones are gone for at least this portion of the thing, because that would be really complicated for them to like run through their clones again, but they're probably gonna have to deal with the aftermath of what they did, their little rampage through the city. Then I don't know what after that.
I would guess
anywhere.
Chris got those things stolen. They're just gonna do stuff, probably maybe with the Awful Crew, maybe.
They should just summon Shemesh and just get out of there. Honestly.
Well, she needs the spectacles, I think. So.
Oh my god! Oh, that's right.
So I think what'll happen is it'll take most of the episode to get the spectacles, then ching, and then we'll do a little thing, whatever he's got planned for the next season. But this is like hope, not prediction, that they walk through the portal to Sigil or Sigil or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And that's where we start next season in Sigil, and we do a whole bunch of Planescape stuff. Awesome.
I think that it's definitely going to end with Shemeshka making an appearance.
I mean,
we know
how much Chris loves cliffhanger, so we're probably gonna get something fairly like big cliffhanger. So like, I'm just trying to like prepare myself for that.
Yeah, hard to guess. The show is very hard to. It's hard to guess.
Oh yeah.
He makes choices that are like I never would have thought of. We're almost out of time, but I wanted to mention. Okay, so Maz makes stuff. I talked about it last week. We're gonna do a contest where you can win a lim. It'll just be shipped right to you. And I'm gonna be posting dad jokes and dad joke topics. All right, and the best Maz is the judge. So follow our Twitters. Also follow the Waffle Talk Twitter. I gotta.
We got it.
And I'm gonna hammer you guys with horrible dad jokes. And the best one that's not us is gonna get the lim, and I want to see what you got. And it should be like, and I don't know if you can beat Simon's jokes, which were fantastic. I thought they were absolutely fantastic. But and again, thank you to Maz very much for doing this with us. I can't. It's really awesome, and the lim is freaking awesome.
Super cute.
And all right, so my theory: the little girl is actually Shemeshka. I don't.
That would be.
I don't think so, but could be.
Ooh.
Oh, hey Lisa. All right. So everybody, is there anything else either of you wanted to say before we wrap it up? Plugs?
I don't know if I have it. Oh, I do. I just appeared on an episode of the Insight Check podcast, which is done by some wonderful people from the community. I've retweeted the link to that on my Twitter, which is @thatscarletmoth. So if you want to go and have a listen, then please do. I talk about a bit about Waffle Talk and the Waffle Crew, a bit about art and cosplay and tieflings. So go give that a listen.
Yeah. Awesome. Shauna?
Yep. On Fridays now I'm doing a short 4-piece thing for Tomb of Horrors. So I have a lot of Serac to deal with other than the Sean's Tomb of Annihilation. So double a Serac tomb. So that's Fridays on the Greyhawk channel at 8:30s. And I just want to say thanks to anybody that I saw at PAX East. It was fun, and I was super nervous and stressed like usual, but dressed as strict, that's part of the thing. But it was so cool to see people there. One of those things.
I saw pictures.
Yeah.
You had a good. The strict suit was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
All right, and I'll be on Return to Greyhawk tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
We're going to be playing through the Mordenkainen's Path to the Plains. And then Thursday, this will re-air on the D&D channel. Saturday, I'm going to run Tomb at 6:30. And then Dungeon Academy. Wow, they're crazy. We're going to do another episode of the Battle of Emerald Meadows. And I have no idea. They're out of their mind. It was a crazy episode last time. So again, thank you everybody very much for watching. Check out our Twitter, Waffle Talk DCA, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks a lot.
Hey.
Bye everyone.
Bye.